Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. Lots of testing has gone on with my rig and the webcam and setting it up and all sorts of things. I've got here on my left hand side now a remote for Streamlabs, so I can actually control the stream from a little screen here. You can't see it, but it's just on the side here. I'm actually also hoping to be able to have chat available very shortly, so I'll be able to view all the chats that come through and be able to answer as required. So yeah, all good. I thought after yesterday's testing that I'd run Carlisle to Glasgow as opposed to Glasgow Carlisle. So I'm in the HST again and all set up, looking pretty good. We have adjusted so many settings on here, it's unbelievable. I'm trying to get the best graphical settings on here to prevent lag. It's a constant problem with this game. It's a bit of a bind. I notice when other people stream it, it happens too. So yeah, it's just quite a bit annoying really, but I think we should just get underway and just crack on. I'm going to try and do 2 streams today if I can. I'm going to try and get this one sorted out, stream this one, and also I've picked up for £6 on my Xbox One FIFA 18. This is not 19, FIFA 18. So yeah, I just want to get into it really. This is on Xbox One, so I just want to get into it. I had a look at it last night, set a few things up on it, so we're good to go. I'm just checking now the live broadcast on the stream and it's all looking pretty good. I've adjusted my webcam too, so it's a little bit wider. You can see a bit more in the background and stuff. I've got my steering wheel here which I move when I need to play Project Cars 2, etc. But you know what? Let's just crack on. Let's get this show on the road. Get some power on. Now, what I've done, interestingly enough, with this game, I've actually gone into the advanced graphics settings for this game, and I've taken out the dynamic sky. Dynamic clouds, and I've taken out like all the blooms and all that sort of stuff. So I'm just trying to strip it back to, you know, just good anti-aliasing. Hopefully it'll reduce any graphical lag. I did run a test on it before, it seemed to work pretty good. So yeah, let's see how we get on with this. Just pulling out of Carlisle now. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay too, so the audio's fine. A bit tired actually after all the testing yesterday and last night. It was up to 1 o'clock in the morning running tests on this, which is a bit bonkers really. I would like to also get a hold of another camera if I can, so that I can give you guys a bit of a tour of my setup here. It's all quite compact. I've just got this in a little alcove in the bedroom which I've set up. I've built the desk and all the kit and everything. We've got shelves here with like dozens of games on it and stuff. We've got a microphone here obviously, so yeah, I just if I can get another camera set up, or a camera which I can move around, I can show you guys the setup. But yeah, live stream's looking good. I can view it here on my little screen here. Let's get some power on. You'll also notice some changes to the channel. Actually, I've got a new header at the top, which you can see just up here. Just try to simplify it really. Keep it nice and easy, simple. Just got subscribers on there and donations and whatnot. So yeah, always trying to crack on and get new kit, improve the channel, do what I can. Any suggestions you guys can make, I really want to take them on board and make it happen. This channel is generally dedicated to simulation games, so include Project Cars 2, train sim, flight sims, farm sims, you name it. Any sim, we'll sim it on here. I am a gamer, always have been for years. Love football games, FIFA. I have my Xbox One here. So yeah, I just want to stream as much as I can, put it out there. Hopefully you guys like it, appreciate it, support it. So yeah. This seems to be running pretty smoothly now compared to what it was yesterday. It was a little bit glitchy yesterday and the graphics lag and stuff. A lot of that's got to do with like the advanced settings and like the light blooms and the dynamic clouds. I also noticed that in flight sims actually. Whenever I have like really high resolution clouds or dynamic cloud systems, weather systems, whatever it is, it seems to slow the game right down. So I've just taken that thinking and applied it to this, and this seems to be running really smoothly now. So yeah, I mean, I'm running it on a 1050 Ti on an MSI gaming rig here, which is an i5, it's 7th generation chip in it, I think, 16 gig RAM. So you know, it can handle most games. It's just a bit of a pain in the ass when you get a game and it's just got a bit of lag. There's a little twitchy lag there, but overall this is much improved graphics, I think. So I feel quite happy about this game now. Streaming it. It looks good on the live stream. I can see it to my left here. The Streamlabs remote is quite a good thing. If you guys are into streaming and stuff, I'd suggest that you maybe get that on a little device. I've got a mobile phone here with it running, which looks pretty cool. You can run it on a tablet, just download it from Google Play Store. Yeah, it's pretty cool really. I've not actually been able to see the live stream as I'm streaming, so to be able to actually see it now is great, because I can check out and make sure that everything's looking okay and it's working fine. Just trying to keep improving the channel, driving it forward. Streaming adds a different dynamic to gaming, because gaming before, I would normally just game for myself, just to pass some time, just get a little bit engaged in it. What's quite nice about streaming is the ability to be able to share. So I love that. I think it's good having all this kit set up and then just sort of being able to share gameplay and then just get people to comment on it, and you know, what you could do better, how you could improve things. All the mods that are out there too. There's so many mods now, which is just making the games now so unique and engaging and dynamic and different. You can mod a game right up to suit whatever you want. You can do that on the Steam Workshop, for example. It just makes the games far more in-depth. And of course, if you're into modding, you can be creative whilst you're doing it too, so love it. All good fun. Floriston LC down Main coming up, and we are looking cool. Train's running really well. Look at this. Look at the dynamic light on the metal on the side of the train there. This does seem to be running a lot smoother. A lot smoother. So I'm happy with that. All good. I also simplified the graphics on the water, just doing whatever I can to cut out any lighting, dynamic, anything that's not really required or makes such a big difference to the game. You know, I'm interested in the depth of field in this game, making sure the anti-aliasing is turned up, you know, so things don't look bitmapped, etc. So I think we've got a good balance here. Gretna Junction down Main. We're going to push ahead. The sim time is 11:11, and the ETA into Glasgow Central is 12:30. So we're going to try and make some time up. Push ahead, make some time up. Scotland! This DLC I downloaded a while ago actually. It's West Coast Mainline DLC. You can get it on Steam. I'm sort of slowly working my way through all purchasing the DLCs for this game. It's great. You could actually travel from Inverness down to Glasgow, from Glasgow down to Carlisle, across Shap and down to Preston. You know, it's great how you could do the whole length and breadth of the UK in this game. Oh, I just need to pull back some brakes here. I am not paying attention whilst I'm chatting. Let's just pull it back a little bit. There we go. Got some engineers on the right hand side there. That's better. That's the trouble when you stream with this game. You spend that long chatting that you actually don't watch your speed. Oh my goodness. Train looks glorious, this HST. Quite an old train this, but it's one of my favourites. I love the engine noise on it. It's just dead simple train to operate, and it looks really cool. Let's power up and get some speed up. 120 miles an hour. Kirkpatrick Fleming down ahead of us. Let's have a look. Where are we on the map here? Let's center player. Oh, got a bit of a distance. There we are. And let's show the task. All the way up here, Glasgow Central. Cool. Cab's looking glorious. Yeah, I feel really happy about this now. There's not the lag, graphics lag on this is not as bad. I'm turning some of the settings down a little bit. I'm running this at full screen also, by the way. So I wanted to try and keep that. Obviously, it's good for the stream and everything. We have a level crossing coming up here. Don't you think that the horn on this could sound a lot better? I don't know. Obviously, the model of the train, Dovetail Games, they make it look so cool with the train model, but the actual horn is a bit like. good drive-by, isn't it? Oh, here's a good drive-by. Oh, we like that one. We like that one with the castle in the background. Wow, that's cool. That three-quarter view is my favourite view. I love how you can see all the countryside and all the detail, and you can see the train, and you get a real impression of the speed. It's basically like having a big train set, this game. And we all love train sets. Kirtle Bridge. Ahead of us now. We've got our 125 marker right now. Now you can only do 125 when your last carriage passes the marker. So that's why it doesn't do it right away. As soon as you hit it, it doesn't. You can't go up to that speed. You have to wait till the last carriage or the end of your train passes that marker. So I'm really sort of pushing it a little bit here. 110. We're flying now. You get that sense of speed. The countryside looks good. Just keep the windows nice and clean. Looking good. Hopefully you guys like the position of the new webcam. It's far better than just looking at my ugly mush front on view. Just trying to make things a little bit different and improve it. To apply some brakes here. We've got 115. Let's just get some brakes on. Just slow down. I always like to pull it back about 10-15 mile an hour under what the marker is, what we should be travelling at. That, I think, is the M6. Of course, this road actually closely follows the route of the M6 and M74 into Glasgow. We'll see more of that later on when we get past the borders. And I used to travel this road a lot, and I have to say that it is pretty accurate. I'm quite impressed by how accurate this actually is. I actually recognise parts of the road and parts of the track and some of the bridges on this, and I can vouch that they are accurate. Stream's looking good, all looking cool. Where are we? Let's have a look. We are travelling at speed. High speed train. One thing I've noticed about this route, which maybe you guys can advise, I'd love to know, why do I never ever see any trains coming in the opposite direction on this DLC? Is it because I've not bought enough trains? Okay, we've got a bit of a flashing light here, so we need to I'm going to just apply some brakes, just slow down a little bit. Yep, we know. Yeah, I'd love to know why I never see any trains come. I mean, I've got a few trains. I've bought a few trains. But why do I never see any trains coming in the opposite direction on this DLC? Strange. Bit of a pain, really. Just slowing things down a little bit. We've got a 40 marker here. We're coming up to Lockerbie, actually, Lockerbie Station. That water looks cool to me, even though I've turned the reflections down on it. It looks pretty neat to me. Yeah, not a problem, not a problem. Countryside looks glorious, doesn't it? Got a level crossing here, or a crossing over the track certainly. Whistle again, W. Sounds a little bit better when you're outside the train externally, but inside it's a bit shit, isn't it? Oh, we got an amber caution. Do we think there's another train? Is that why? Maybe not. See the countryside in the borders, doesn't it look fabulous? The lakes, Lockerbie, all round there, just looks ace, doesn't it? Look at the church on the right hand side there. Let's just have a little bit of a spin round. Let's have a look at the details. Just passing through Lockerbie Station. We can power up again. Green light. Got two church spires there. It's a good view, isn't it? Northward bound. Just get our speed up again. Oh, we got viaducts coming up here, it seems. Cool. I can't tell you how long it's taken me to sort out this webcam and get it fixed in the position. Oh my goodness me, I had little sticky pads which I used to fix the webcam, but they would never ever stick to anything. They're constantly moving and falling down. So a little trip to B&Q to get some permanent sticky pads has done the trick, and some gaffer tape, so it's solid now. It ain't going anywhere, thank goodness. Dedicated to the cause is what I say. Okay, still increasing power here. We are 90 miles an hour. How are we doing time wise? 11:26 sim time. ETA 12:30 still. 1400 RPM. 95 miles an hour. He reached 100 miles an hour. I'll try and make up some time if I can. Let's see if I can shave 2-3 minutes off the ETA. Platform 10, that's where we're arriving. Platform 10, Glasgow Central. Welcome aboard. If you just tuned in, welcome aboard. Let me know if you'd like me to do any routes on the Train Simulator 2018. Happy to do so. You know, I am just love playing sim games. I'm not a big knowledge buff on trains or anything like that. Just know the basics, and hopefully it appeals to people who are just getting into simulation games, just a little bit like myself. These games now on DLCs you can buy pretty cheap now on Steam, and it's good fun just streaming them, really. Dinwoody, down Main, coming up, straight ahead of us. Oh, we've got a tractor, the tractor there I think, waiting to cross. What's interesting about this view here, that hill straight ahead of us, kind of, these hills here are pretty realistic. They actually do look like that. When you're travelling up the M6, you come into these hills. We've got some speed now. I love how the cab shakes as you go over the crossings, and you see the birds flying in the sky there. So in my head I know exactly where we are in the journey between Carlisle and Glasgow, because I recognise these hills. The M6 is to our left, on our left hand side. Don't know if we can see, can't see the road yet, no. or I think the M6 is to the left. It might. Oh, there it is. I was right. You see the traffic? It's to our left. That's a little bit sad that I know that, but never mind. You can actually see the traffic through the trees there. We are 116 miles an hour currently. Slight incline ahead of us. So we'll just keep the power at 40%. Oh, we've got some engineers working on the bridge there. The cab is like really super detailed. I love that little shaft of light coming through there. This is what I love about simulation games. It just drops you into that world and it's quite believable. You can go and lose yourself for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, however long. You can just go and lose yourself in a simulation game. And recently I picked up, let's just drop that power back, I also picked up X-Plane. Not X-Plane 11, the recent one, X-Plane 10. You'll probably notice on the channel that I tend to play games which are maybe slightly older, maybe that have maybe fallen out of flavour or whatever, partly because you can buy these games, pick up games for next to nothing on like eBay. They're great for learning the ropes, and once you've learned the ropes, of course you can then progress on to the latest versions of the game. So it's taken me 3 weeks, can't believe it, 3 weeks to learn to play X-Plane 10, to get my head around all the takeoff, the cruising, the landing, the ILS. So if you're into flight sims, be sure to tune in, because I will be broadcasting. I broadcast one, that was a little bit of a first flight, I think it was between Manchester and Liverpool, but I'm planning on going through how I create flight plans. Use a website called simbrief.com and create flight plans and amend them a little bit for X-Plane 10, just to make life as easy as possible for myself. And yeah, just learn all this stuff on YouTube and watching some of you guys do it. So be sure to tune in and watch me play some flight sim games. I also have Farming Simulator, which I haven't streamed yet. Love that game, it's so good. I've got my wheel here, it's the Thrustmaster wheel. Again, I picked this up on eBay for like 20 quid. It's just a Thrustmaster Ferrari wheel. It doesn't have force feedback on it, but you know what? It's fantastic for playing Project Cars and the farm sims, and also Euro Truck, which I'm a big fan of. And I hope to broadcast a lot more of the Euro Truck streams as soon as possible. There's not enough hours in the day, unfortunately, but if I can get 2 or 3 streams online during the week, then that's helpful. You can just see, I think the M6 now is switched over to the right hand side. You can see it there. Just bring the camera around, you might be able to see the M6. Again, I do know this road, I know this forest, I know the twisty windy M6 there going into the M74, and we have the river here. I believe that's the River Clyde. Might be wrong, someone tell me if I am. But I do know this stretch very, very well. Everything looking good. Happy days. There we go. Now that road there, between the roads with traffic on it and the rail track here, that I think that's the old road, you know. That's the old road before they built the new motorway there. Because I do remember travelling up that a long time ago. I think we can get some speed on here a little bit more. Let's increase the power. Do you know, I think I prefer travelling from the Carlisle into Glasgow rather than Glasgow Carlisle. That hill does look like that. It's steep and it comes down like that, and it comes down onto the road, and it's quite scarily true, this sim. We'll see a lot more of the river when we get a little bit further up the track here. Harthorpe Down, Maine. Let's have a look at the map. Where are we at in the map? Let's see. We are right there. And we are following the map all the way up here. Windy, windy, windy. Let's have a look. Oh, we're going to have to centre play. Let's have a look. Shows us all the way up to there. This game's all about watching speed. Keep an eye on your speed as much as possible, and learn to use the braking in advance. Just look at the markers. So here we've got a 90. We've got a 90 coming up here. So we're currently at 79.7 miles an hour. So I'll just leave this. We've got 60% throttle. I think we're going to go under the motorway here. Just pull off, ease off. I like to keep about 10 mile an hour underneath what the limit is, just as a gauge. Yeah, you can see the M6 on, or it might actually gone into M74 actually. Got some engineers working there. Actually goes M6, M74, and then you're into Glasgow. Been up and down that so many times in the past. So the light changed red there as we passed through it. Down to 90. Beatock Summit. I think this is the highest. I think this is probably the highest part of this this route. And a bounce, and a bounce. Just try and increase the speed a little bit. You can see now that it's following the road quite closely now. So this stretch of road I do recognise. There's a bridge ahead, the road goes under. Just got to watch our speed a bit here. I need to apply some brakes. It's going a little bit too fast. It's okay now. 110. Bodsbury. down main. How are we doing for time? Oh, made up 2 minutes. 12:28 is our arrival time at Glasgow Central, platform 10. Current time is 11:41. Just ease it off the power now. I should have used the whistle then, but I didn't. Never mind. How's that scenery looking? That is pretty much exactly how that looks at that point on the route. Wonder if we'll see this bridge. There's the river. Let's just use this view here. So that is the River Clyde. Now, got engineers working there, look. Isn't that a fabulous view? Still got the I think it's the M74 now on the right hand side. We're doing okay for speed, aren't we? Yeah, we're doing fine for speed. The track swings round. That's accurate, definitely accurate. That bridge is there, I think. And that's, we're now underneath the motorway, so the motorway is now on our left hand side. Crawford. We are in Crawford. I think we're making excellent progress here. We're now down to 12:27 ETA. Passengers will be happy. Got to keep the passengers happy. 95-mile-an-hour limit here. Doing okay. The River Clyde flows all the way into Glasgow, of course. Now the motorway will now be on our left hand side, so there you go, you can see the cars in the distance. Very accurate. Let's just slow down a little bit. Got a 90-mile-an-hour coming up here, so let's just ease that speed down. Just gently use the brakes. Abington. There we go. Just nudge it down to about 80. Nudge it down to 80 now. There we go. Ease off the brakes now. So we're just cruising along. Just 20% power. I want to see trains coming the other way. That river looks so cool, doesn't it? It's like reflections. Awesome. Okay, we're just hitting 90 now. You see the cars and the traffic in the background there. So the road will veer off to the left and sweep round towards Glasgow. And the distance between the track and the road increases here. There's a road that's come back again. But the distance between the track and the road further up the track, it splits, it separates out a little bit. Got a police car there. We've got a 120 marker, we'll be able to power up now. Last end of the train's past it, yep, go, go, go. So hopefully if you're new to this train sim, and you can get a gist of how it works by watching this. It's good fun, I enjoy it. Not too far away now, making good progress. 11:47, ETA 12:27. I think we've made up about 3 minutes now, haven't we? Yep, 3 minutes. Do you know, actually, I've taken the detail off the water, and I think I prefer it. If you go to settings, advanced settings, and this, just take it off. You see the smoke coming out the top of the train, the engine. Don't know if you can see it. There, you can probably see it a little bit there against the blue sky. Let's just try and get a bit of a... Oh, we're travelling quickly, aren't we? Definitely prefer Carlisle to Glasgow as opposed to Glasgow, Carlisle. Glasgow, Carlisle, I think, is a slightly different challenge and stuff. I think when you get out of Carlisle heading towards Glasgow, you tend to speed up quite quickly, whereas coming out of Glasgow, it's a lot bigger station, you tend to take quite a bit of time to build your speed up. Pull back a little bit on the power. Symington crossings down main. I'm happy with the graphics on this. It's a tiny bit of graphics lag every now and again, but generally it's pretty constant. This by the way is I'm playing this in 64-bit. This is 64-bit version. Just ease off the power a little bit. It does give the sense of speed, that, doesn't it? Let's have a look, see where we are. Oh, we're making fast progress, look at that. So that's us, and that's where we're going. See them working away on the left hand side there. So industrial park there. Just going to ease that speed down a little bit there. It's just slowly creeping up. I think we're actually slightly running downhill, I think, here. So you just got to ease off. Just let the train coast. I think the modelling of the buildings are good too, actually, in this DLC. I'd say they do look like the buildings in the real life location. Increase the power a little bit. 1152 ETA 1226. We are not far away now, guys. Just need a tiny bit of brake. Do it. Oh, I'll be glad to get this train packed up and get some lunch, and then after lunch I'll be looking at possibly streaming FIFA, possibly. See how we go. Oh, we've got a warning here. Let's just slow down. We've got a flashing amber light. See ahead. So I believe that means caution. So when you get that warning, come up there, that exclamation mark, you just click that. So we need to slow right down a bit here because we've got a 40 ahead. We just need to really ease it down. So I've got 43% brake. Just bringing that speed down, easing it right down. Yep. Flashing amber, as you can see on the signal. Just bring the speed down. 40 is the main one that I want to make sure that we hit. 2, 1, 0, perfect. This is Carlisle, actually. Carlisle Junction. There's a prison there too, actually, if I can remember correctly. Okay, so we've got an amber light ahead. Yep. All looking pretty cool. Got some containers there. Got a guy on a forklift there. So we are going into siding here. We're going to move, I think we're going to switch to, that's why it's a 40. Again, I want to see trains coming the other way. I want to see trains coming. I want to see more life on the track. Does anybody know why? Do I need to buy DLCs, trains for this particular route, or I don't know. Yeah, we got it. Station's pretty quiet. Slowly just going through the station. That alarm basically makes sure that you're awake. You're not falling asleep. Some construction going on there. So we've got a 95 marker here, so wait till the end of the train's past it and we'll be able to power on up through. So that's what I was saying, it's all about speed. Just be aware of the current speed limits. Get the power on now. So we had to slow right down there. We had the amber signals, which is just warning you. Slow right down. Gently, gently, use the brake, not too aggressively. Bring it down to the right speed. Click the alarm, make sure you click it off, and when it sounds, and you'll be right, you'll be alright. We're making good time. 12:26 is the ETA now. So about 20 minutes sim time, 26 minutes sim time, and we'll be there. Lanark Junction is ahead, so we know we're getting close to Glasgow when we've got names like Lanark. Just going to power this up to about 85. Currently 1400 RPM, 80% throttle, powering up at 77 miles an hour. Going to ease off the power at about 85. Just keep it under what the limit is, just a little bit. I know you can go up to the limit, but I just like to just hold it a little bit, about 10 miles an hour behind the limit. It's a good view over the river, isn't it? Wasn't sure that was. Let's just ease it off the power. Go. Train's coasting along nicely. Also, just by just easing off the power, you're not straining the engines too much either, which I guess you wouldn't want to do in real life. So because I've held back 10 miles an hour from the limit, that limit there of 100, we've got a 95 marker coming up now, so I don't need to worry about constantly decreasing the power. You know, I'm under the limit. Just nudge it back now. There we go. It's looking good. All looking pretty cool. So 95 mile an hour limit here now, but we are currently sitting at 87 and slightly decreasing. Just keep the power at 20%, just a little bit of power, tiny bit of power, because we have 100 limit coming shortly. This train snaking its way through the countryside, look at that. That looks so cool. Braidwood Down Main. That's what that says there. coast along a little bit here, as we are going downhill anyway, so we might need to just apply a little bit of brake. Just a bit of brake, bring it down, a little bit of brake. Be aware of the landscape. We're currently coming downhill, we're heading towards Carlisle. Carlisle platform 1, we're going to go flying through that in a minute. Definitely in Glasgow territory here now. An eye on there's a station coming up here now. Station's ahead of us, Carlisle. Just apply a bit of brake. Bring it down under 90. You can see the 90 marker ahead now. In fact, I'm going to take it down to just under 80. Ease it off there. What are we doing now? Where are we? So we are here and the task is there, so we are close. So you can see 90, 80, 70, 60 and then it picks back up to 70 again. Got it, we got it. Just bringing it down under, just under 70 now. In fact, let's take it down under 60 so that we cover that marker coming up. Speed limit coming up. Brake, 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 brake. 60. Let's take it 55. 55. Done. Oh, do you think I could make a train driver? Okay. I love that noise when you hear the train going round the corner. Ah, I remember the days when I used to catch a train. Right. 70, so we just apply a little bit, take it to 65, a little bit of speed. To gradually increase, and then we've got 105 limit ahead of us, so we can power up then again. See a little bit of graphic lag there. Overall, it's been pretty cool. This actually, it's been not too bad at all. We can power up now. Let's get 80% throttle. We've got an engineer there. I don't know what he's doing there. starting to see now that it's looking a little bit more built up. Got a gas tower ahead of us there, got industrial units to the left of us, cranes. It's starting to come into Glasgow now. Shieldmuir platform ahead of us. New housing estate there. Royal Mail Depot. We are close to Glasgow now. Close to. Let's just pull that down a bit. Just watch the speed. Don't want to get too fast. See, we're on a slight downhill. Let's just get the speed down to 80, under 80. Motherwell, a nice new housing estate. You can see now, because the graphics are a little bit more intense now, as we come up into a built up area, it's starting to just lag a tiny little bit. It's alright, it's fine. I don't think I can get it any better than this though. Just coming into Motherwell now. It's a good noise, that, isn't it, when the trains go over the junctions and stuff. I love the detail of the houses in this too. It's pretty realistic, I have to say. We like it. I'm not sure I'd like a house there though that looks straight out over onto the railway, but there you go. It's a viaduct. We're not far now. Uddingston. Uddingston there, and then we will turn left and down. The crane there. Everything's been pretty smooth, touch wood, on this journey. ETA 12:23. Gosh, we made up nearly 7 minutes from the original ETA on this. Sim time here is now 12:11. ETA 12:23. We are not far away from Glasgow Central platform 10. I think the passengers will be happy to get there ahead of time. We're just going through Uddingston platform 1 now. Full car park. Newton East Junction ahead of us. Just get some views. Some views there. Oh, there's a good drive-by view. Of our Intercity HST Swallow. Just pulling back the speed a little bit, got an 80 limit coming up here. Carlisle station. These new houses look pretty cool. I like them. Lots of red buses. We are just cruising into Glasgow. You see the signal turn red there as we went through it. Can you hear the train creaking as it goes round the corner. Through the bridges, under the bridges. We are 69 miles an hour in an 80 limit. Carlisle station. Heading towards Rutherglen now. We've made excellent time on this. It's a good view. See the office buildings on the left hand side. Do you know what I do like about this too, actually? You see the pylons? They look like UK pylons. When you play, for example, Euro Truck Sim, the pylons don't look like that in the UK. It's a bugbear of mine. Bugbear, I hate it. But I like this because they look like UK pylons. That's a bit geeky, but never mind. Just bringing it down under 75. That'll do it. We're just gradually just slowing the train down. Rutherglen is ahead of us, and then we're Polmadie. Over the bumps. 30 here. Let's just ease up the brakes a little bit. I really would love to have seen trains. I've not seen any trains. This is a train sim. I need trains coming the other way. Bit annoying. It's getting a bit more built up here. I just got to get speed down under 30. 40 now, gradually slowing down. That's it. Minutes away from Glasgow Central. It's been a good journey. Nice smooth journey. Enjoyed that. Definitely prefer Carlisle, Glasgow. Just gradually easing the train down now. Just pulling it below 25. Do it. See Glasgow Central, platform 10 ahead of us on the map. And there is the city of Glasgow in all its glory. That's a good view, isn't it? That is a fabulous view. Awesome view. There is the River Clyde. ease on the brakes as we come in here. Central Station, Glasgow. Glorious, glorious, glorious station. Just going to pull this up at the end here. Just slowly coming in. Guys, there we have it. There we have it. Our intercity HST Swallow has now arrived at Glasgow Central. Thanks very much, guys, for joining me on this stream. Very much enjoyed it. I hope you maybe learned something from it. Give me any comments that you want. Tell me what you want me to, what routes you want me to play. I'll stream them to the best of my ability. Sort of got the kit properly set up now, so hopefully it'll be cool going forward. If you want to make a donation, by all means make a donation. It all goes on the pot. It all goes to buying better equipment to make the stream a lot better for everyone. Yeah, see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.